Hey, I'm with Super Dubai and CISinks. Today I'm going to be talking about how to do some heat transfers using our blue grid transfer paper. We have two sizes, 8.5 by 11 or 13 by 19, A3 or A4. And right here, here's one of our logos on the screen. Before printing the shirt, you have to invert the image. So I'm using Photoshop. All I'm going to do is push Control T to transform the image, and then after that, if you go to Edit, Transform, then flip horizontal, turn the image the other way, and then I'm going to go ahead and print it out. I'm using pigment-based ink for this test. Just note when you're printing, there's some things that you can do in here. Because you're using pigment-based ink, it's naturally not as vivid as the dye-based ink. So when you go into the print settings, if you wanted, you could go to advanced, and if you go into here, then you could adjust more settings. This is specifically for PC computers, and the actual steps to get there are going to vary. But again, because it's pigment-based ink, it's naturally not as vivid. So I'm going to go ahead and just print it out. Oh yeah, there's one other thing. When you print, just print it on photo. You can choose text and image as well, but I find that photo works the best. So I'm going to go ahead and print out the image now. And okay, so the printout's starting to come out, and I actually wanted to show you guys something else just because we're on the topic of doing the heat transfers, and I want to cover the dye and pigment ink. So this is a printout with the dye-based ink, and this is a printout with the pigment ink, and you can clearly see a difference. If you look at the screen, then you could actually see that the dye-based ink, if you look at it, it actually kind of looks closer to what the screen shows. And then if you check out the pigment-based ink, you're going to see that it's actually a slight color shift. But the thing is that after you do the heat transfer, because there's heat applied, there's still going to be a slight color shift. So there's a chance that after the heat transfer, it will look closer to what the screen shows. The next thing I want to say is that before you cut the image out, make sure not to actually touch it and give it enough time to dry. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to use an X-Acto blade. Okay, so here's the cutout inverted logo. I'm going to go ahead and place it onto the shirt. The temperature setting right now is about 355 degrees, and I'm going to press it for 30 seconds. I have a Teflon sheet right here that I'm going to use. Made sure that the image is where I want it to be on the shirt, and it's the correct position. So now it's just going to go for 30 seconds. Sometimes if you notice that the image isn't transferring that much, you can adjust the pressure on your heating press. And you could also set the timer, but I know I'm watching it, so I'm going to stop it at 30 seconds. And then take it off as fast as I can. And then peel it off like a sticker right away, and try to peel it all together, because sometimes it will be stubborn and stick to the surface of the shirt. So I'm just trying to get it all together so it makes it easier to peel. And there you go. So if you take notice, after the heat transfer, because of the heat, the image actually went back to almost the color that it looks like on the screen using the pigment ink. And our manufacturer told us that the Pigment ink is the best way to do the heat transfer because it lasts the longest. When you wash the shirts, wash them inside out on cold and hang dry them to make the image last as long as possible. So here's the end result of the 2 heat transfers using our Diana pigment based ink. The image here at the top is the pigment based ink. In our opinion, it's the best because the quality is better. It just looks a lot, it's kind of thicker in texture and it's more vivid in appearance too. And then this is the dye based ink, and it's just not as bright. So yeah, thanks for watching our video.